Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 5 of Let's Play Expeditions Vikings. It's been a long, about a week or so since I've played this game because of my week-long non-choice break. So, but first things first, let us make sure these guys are nice and looted, and then we will progress to where we need to be, which is our longhouse. We need to defend ourselves. We need to defend our Thegn ship. I think that's how you... you know what, don't quote me on that one, but who's this? You are halted in your track by an apparition. Outside of your longhouse stands a man who almost defies description. He is a giant. His fur-lined shirt is barely capable of containing his bulging muscles. He is holding a weapon in each hand, and his stance calls to mind a bullet and heat. By far his most outstanding feature, however, is his beard. It's a sort of beard you might expect to find adorning the face of a Jotun. Jatun, I think. Jatun, I think it is. Whatever. Jotun, whatever. It looks like a bear crawled into his chin and died. The giant's attention is not on you. Two of his raiders appear out of your longhouse, each carrying a large sack of what you must assume to be your possessions. Well, just an old woman and a weakling. They offered no resistance. The giant frowned. I trust you didn't harm them. Not a hair out of place, neither of their heads gonna. Just as you said. You better drop those sacks and draw your weapons, you biku sonar.
There you are.
The three raiders turn towards you as one. Immediately, the sacks hit the mud and the weapons leave their sheaths. There you are. Let's be quick about this. So I'm actually just gonna I'm gonna move my melee defenders or melee characters into a defensive position, but that's about it. Oh, did you have to run so close to me? I didn't want you to get close without... I wanted to like just deal with you. You would do a 72% chance. You know what? Let's make sure you get a good range on them so you can hit them perfectly. You two are spotted, and you could do how much damage to him? You know what you can do? That archer's going to be in the way more, so just deal with him. You've been harried. Okay, can you... How much damage will I do? Not enough. I do best at charging, so I'm just going to leave this to you two. Can you stun him? Well, there's no one I could charge anyway, so I may as well just stab you. There we go. And that is our turn. And the Hulk of a man is going to attack... oh, I forgot his name. It's... Aself, is it? Aslief. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My saying of this isn't the best. And somehow you had an interruption on me. I should have paid more attention. That is my fault. Archer, please, well, not Archer, Kettle, please try and deal with her, because she's, becoming a pain in my ass. Let's stab you good and proper, and try and minimize damage. Let's try and stun him. There we go. He's been stunned for next turn, which means these guys now have to attack us, and they don't get a choice. Well, they had to attack us anyway, but I mean, they've now definitely they've got less chance of it. Right, I'm going to take my rightful kill of Gunnar, and Hrosbrosjun and Virfrid are just going to get utterly emasculated by me. And holy crap, that didn't kill him. Wow, one of these is actually going to still be alive after this. Well, oh well, what are you going to do? We'll do what we can. I would say stun him, but yeah, I mean, I can't do that again, so I'm just going to have to stab him. And hope that it's good enough. Nope, wasn't good enough. End our turn then. And they smack me in the face, which is quite rude, so I'm going to have to return the favor, of course. And gain a victory for myself, because I'm awesome. There you go, no new injuries and no items increasing and stuff. Gunnar fights with strength of 3 men, but eventually he falls, as all men do. While you pause to catch your breath, the giant pulls himself onto his knees. His voice booms despite his injuries. Well, that was rousing. It's been a very, very long time since I met anyone who could match me in battle. He shakes his head and grins. I did not expect to find such strong warriors here, in this tiny village. I fought you unprotected. I see I was wrong. I know when I'm beaten, I surrender. Kitto places a hand on your shoulder. We shouldn't kill him, at least not yet. We might be able to get something useful out of him when dust settles. Find a safe place and lock him up, and don't leave him unattended. Kettle fetches a few more of your clansmen, and they tie Gunnar up with enough knots to pacify a frenzied bull. The huge man makes no effort to resist as they take him away. And by that he means he's just walking off. But these guys have got some loot, and I will not be I will not have loot. I like loot. Loot is fun. But it's about time we went and saw our mother and see how she is. And my brother, of course. See how they're doing. Let's make sure they're alright. Rurik cracks the door open, holding a knife behind his back. Seeing your face, he steps away from the door to let you in. You're alive. Your mother grasps both your arms as though to make sure they're still firmly attached. And you're in one piece. I thank the spirits. It's over. We beat the raiders. Astrid pulls you into a warm embrace. I'm so proud of you. You truly are your father's son. Something is amiss. Why were the beacons not lit in warning? And the timing is so convenient for our enemies. Perhaps we should talk to the giant, now that he's at our mercy. He led them here. He must be able to tell us why. See what you can find out. I have Rurik here to help clean up the mess. First things first, though, we're going to talk to Rurik. Okay, no, we're not. Alright, fair enough. Anyway, we do need to level up ourselves, so let's do so. We've got 22 SP points. We can't upgrade our weaponry anymore, so let's try and get ourselves some skill. Can't upgrade dual wielding. Anticipate opening's pretty useful, but I like more direct attacks. Rebuke, a kick that moves the target away. Feint, moves the target, and makes the target spend its attack of opportunity. I mean, all those are pretty useful. Let's try and find our passive skill that suits us. Avengers? No. Adrenaline Junkie? It's really Strider. Yeah, we'll gain Strider. I mean, it's 10 points, but it's useful. Constitution seems like a good idea as well. Try and stop ourselves getting infections. And I think guarding is going to be one of our our main duties on the trip to Britain. And I don't think anything. And scouting, you know what? Why not? Oh, so you've got 29, and there is no auto level up system. I see, which means I actually have to choose how I'm going to level all these guys up. You have a weapon in knives, so I can't just immediately upgrade this. Well, that's fine. We'll try and get you some better bow attacks. Charge makes no sense. Anticipate owning. No, we'll leave those alone for now. These are support skills, so can you heal? Because if you can, then we should probably get that. Yep, you can. Gonna max out healing and leadership. Not really a thing. Protect. Raise the damage reduction of any adjacent friendly targets. It's not really going to be near us. I'm going to try and keep him back to try and keep him safe. Taunt and witchcraft governed by sense, which he has not the most of, so we'll leave that out. We'll upgrade some of his skills. Let's get his constitution up and well, actually, yeah, no, wait a minute. Fine, fair enough. We'll make him a cooker because yeah, we don't actually have a cook, so yeah, him being a cook's definitely good. We'll leave those last 2 points now. Aself is already good on his weapons, so we'll leave him alone. He definitely needs charge to make him a little bit more useful. And feint, anticipate opening might be useful for him. But I think we'll leave him with skills as he is for now, and we'll give him some passives. Actually, what's he good at? He's good at guarding and repairing. Let's definitely make him a bit less susceptible to injury. Preserving would probably be useful. Heavy sleep would definitely not. Oh no, that actually sounds pretty useful. Yeah, but we can't give it to him. So we'll save his points and give him that. Now, the woman that is Nefia. She's already got maxed out skills there. Well, she definitely needs to charge as well. Like I said, just a useful skill to have. She can't heal. She doesn't have enough sense. Scout, spot traps, tactical move, taunt, witchcraft. Her perception is very low as well, so... Yeah, none of these really are her forte. We'll give her this, and we'll make her a bit good at, quite a decent amount good at preserving. Diplomacy is governed by probably sense, I would say, or perception, so not really her thing. She's already good at scouting, and I guess making her a heavy sleeper would help. But we'll leave it for that. We'll she's got 5 points left. Let's try and find her a nice little thing here. We'll make her a good patient, just make her a little bit better, and that'll do for now. Let's move on and let's see what's out here in the real world. And by the real world, I mean we'll see what we can do, because we've got some people we need to go see, and we'll see what we can do. We've got to question the Big Oaf first. That's definitely our first, or Gunmar. It's definitely our first port of call, as they say. So let us go see him. And you know what, we're just going to run. Actually, let's go speak to this guy first. So you beat Ourself, did you? That's impressive. I must admit I thought he'd win. Ah, but I'm just glad to see you're both alive and well. Is everything well with you and the smithy? Depending on what you need me to do, yes. I have everything I need to fix the carving knives, repair bristles, or fix slave collars. If you need weapons or armor, you'll have to find a better equipped smith. Old Hanai and Ribe has a fine smithy. He should be able to handle any request you might have. Could you make your new weapons and armor if I got the equipment you needed? I could. It's not my skill that hold me back, it's the tools. I need some equipment from you. Crafting. This is a crafting menu. Crafting converts salvage into weaponry, hides or armor. On hides into armor. This is the crafting skills of the hideman who's crafting. The skill rank required determines the maximum item tier you can build, which in turn determines the total resource cap for each type of weapon. Start by selecting which type of item you want to craft. You can only craft armor and helmets if you have the armorsmith skill. So we can get a single-edged sword. Well, no, we can't. We don't have enough. We don't have any salvage. We do have hide. You know, I would probably go for melee damage reduction, but I wouldn't want cloth armor. Like, I would want some proper armor. Hey, you can preview the item you're going to build if you accept. Ability indicator, and click there to craft. Yeah, we don't really have any salvage, so it's not really something we can do for now. So for now, we'll hold off. So how about this weather, huh? Yes, the frost lasted very long this year. This time last year, the snowdrops had already started sprouting. At least the forge keeps me warm, so my work isn't impaired too much. I'll talk to you later. And right, let's have a look at the map. So we've got to go speak to Gunmar, but then we can also go to the Longhouse, Ketil's house, and I believe we can go to Nefia's house afterwards. Let's go talk to Gunmar first, though, because he's right here. Someone has tied Gunmar to a pole in the middle of an animal pen. He must have been standing in the mud for at least 3 hours. Yet he looks straight, and looks you in the eye when you approach him. Give me a reason not to kill you. Gunmar chuckles quietly to himself. No reason comes to mind. I attacked your village. I killed your clansmen. I have nothing to offer in return for mercy. The huge man pauses for a moment to adjust his weight against the pole. We didn't have a chance to get properly introduced. I am called Gunmar the Peaceful. I am an Ulfdin from Vestfold in the north. I assume you are the Thegn of this village? I'm Sigmar, son of Gunmar. Wow. Did not realize he's Gunnar and my dad's called Gunmar. Wow. And I am indeed the Thegn here. Tell me, Sigmar, son of Gunmar, why am I still alive? I can offer you a way out of this, depending on how you answer my next question. I will make my words count then. Count, Thegn. Why did you check my village? Defenses are weak. No palisades. The best excuse for earthworks. You're a tempting target. And how is it the beacons weren't lit? Perhaps the watchmen were doing a shit job of keeping watch. In their defense, we were being very quiet. You want me to believe you sailed down for Kiaopang to steal my mother's jewelry? The giant shrugs in motion, not unlike an oak bending in a gale. Your village lies along a major trade route. I assumed you would be wealthy. What is your relationship to Thegn Skull's Skullcleaver? Gunmar's expression remains totally blank. Never heard of the man. Is he some big deal down here? As you know, I'm not exactly from these parts. I know you're lying, so I'll make you an offer. Reveal who sent you here, and I'll swear you will go free. The elf then regards you through squinted eyes. You swear it? What is such an oath worth to me? Then he nods. Well, alright, I accept your offer. I met Skullcleaver on Orkneyar, and he swore your village was a worthwhile target. Wealthier than he painted ones far less fierce. He was either lying or mistaken. Where is Orkneyar? A smile creeps across Gunmar's lips as he leans forward slightly. You've heard the stories of the islands west across the sea? Orkneyar are the northmost of those islands. Many Northmen have come to take land from the tribes that lived there. There are stories of a great kingdom to the south with great concentrations of wealth and little in the way of defences. We never made it that far south. Perhaps I'll return to those islands and explore further in the future. Who are the Painted Ones? They are the tribes who live in the north of the islands across the sea. They are called the Picts. Their weapons are poor and their homes are primitive by our standings, but they fight fiercely and they live in harsh conditions. All in all, they are not a worthwhile target for raids, but their lands are fertile, and so far we've been able to keep them in check. Thank you. You're not so bad after all, Uffledin. He gives you a surprised look, but chuckles jovially. Likewise, Thegn Sigmar. Although I find your hospitality somewhat lacking. Yes, you do. You're stood in shit. So, I should have seen the connection. Yeah, Thegn Skull mentioned his ties to Kiaopang at the feast, and here's a group of Northern men attacking us out of the blue. What does he stand to gain from this? He must intend to weaken us ahead of the next Althing. Do you believe he's already been to the Isles across the sea and Gunmar as well? Or Gunnar as well? Could be. He said they crossed far to the north and found only tribes, but if the stories of large kingdoms from the south are true, perhaps that's where Gunmar went. What do I want to say? None of that matters. Let's keep our thought on the fact that Skuld indirectly attacked our clan. We should take this to Astrid and hear what she thinks. Right, she knows Skuld a lot better than we do. Right, so can I explore the village yet? Nope. Well, I can, but I can't go where I want to go. So we'll just go to the village then. I'll go to my mother. Sorry. Let's go see what she has to offer in way of sage advice. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I need to adjust my seat there. It was a bit uncomfortable. Right. Hopefully, I can talk to my brother now. Wait, can I loot that? Oh, sweet, Blood Eye. Oh, that's the free DLC I got. Yep, that's definitely better than my current sword, so I'm just gonna equip that. None of you are. Wait, this is a 9 to 14. This is a 9 to 16. AP1, AP2. So yeah, we'll ignore that. Nope, my brother's still a bit quiet, so we'll just go talk to Mother then. See what she has to offer in worthy of sage advice. Did the man talk? What did you find out? Thegn Skull has been to the islands across the sea. He recruited Northmen then. Skull is the cause? Then it's worse than I thought. How? The Northmen have started settling the isles across the sea. Skull met the raiders there and convinced them that we were easy pickings. And we were. The raid was our own fault. Our defences are inadequate. We'll deal with that later. If Skull's acting against us, you know what that means. He's trying to get control of our clan from Sigurd hearing it the next Althing. This must be his ultimate plan, yes. This gives us almost a year to weaken us further in the eyes of the king, and nobody will help us against him. As you speak, as she counts on her fingers, he holds great favour with the king, so we can expect no political protection. Further, Yealing is a large territory with many fine warriors, so we can't possibly face him in battle. Third, he all but controls the trade with Kiaopang, a route so profitable as to rival the trade from Saxony through Ribe. We have almost a year until the next Alving. There must be something we can do. We cross the sea and plunder the unprotected coast I've heard so much about. Everyone stops to consider the implication. Dark looks are exchanged, heavy with doubts and worry, but nobody appears to be able to come up with a compelling alternative. Finally, a mother sighs. I see no other option. Your first act as Thegn would be to leave your clan just like your father. Nephew rolls her eyes so hard at Aslief you can hear them stirring in their sockets. Do you have anything to contribute other than more complaints about Gunmar? Do you have any rebuttal to offer better than nah? I know you're sworn to serve Sigmar, but if you're so afraid to leave, I'm sure you can convince your Thegn to let you stay. Aslief crosses his arms and shifts his weight impatiently. I'll follow if so ordered. In fact, I'll be glad to go. However, our duty lies here with the clan. There won't be a clan much longer if we don't do something to counter Skule. Think about the glory we might find across the sea, the treasures, the battles. The Skalds will sing of our... No, that's wrong. We're not going for the glory, we're going to save the clan. I may not agree with your decisions, but I respect your reasoning. I'm with you. Then we must begin to make preparations immediately. We have 2 months until spring. You'll need a new ship and a real hard to crew it. Your huskels alone won't be enough. We need cargo to trade, if trade is what we're planning. There are a few fighting men left in the clan, and we must leave some to protect the village. Maybe we could consider asking Gunnar to join us. Are you mad? That is mad, but it might not be a bad idea. You saw him fight. We want a man like that on our side, but can we trust him? He's a brute, but if he'll swear fealty, he'll be our brute. Considering his present situation, I'm sure he can be won over. We'll give him a chance, but we need more crew than him. You'll need at least a crew of 10 for a longship. If you take my advice on this, go to the market in Ryab and make your plans public. Many have heard the stories that of the bountiful coast you should find no shortage of volunteers. We should ask Thorfinn if he's up to making building the task of a longship. If I know Thorfinn at all, he's been dreaming of such tasks for a long time. I do not intend to do any trading. We should still stock up on supplies for the journey. I think I have an idea for how we might afford it. Nephew rubs the bridge in her nose. I'm sure I know what you're going to suggest. Remember, Idis told us about the ancient grave on Finnen, where they say a king and queen were buried with all their wealth. The shield maiden smiles. I knew it. If that's true, we could sell the loot and fill the whole ship with cargo. If that story were true, their grave would have been robbed generations ago. Let's at least talk to Idis about it and see what she thinks. It's worth looking into. It does sound whimsical, but Idis is wise and well-grounded. Talking to her wouldn't hurt. Then begin the preparations, my son. I'll start pulling some strings so we can learn more about school's activities and plans. I'll hate to see you leave, but I know you'll do your father proud. Your brother and I will watch over your clans watch over the clan in your absence. And now we can talk to my brother. I also got 5 SP, which we're going to ignore. We also need to do something about our homestead. We could upgrade it. We can get a banner, training ring, or we can upgrade the farms. It'll cost me 500 valuables either way, so we need to make something. We need to do something smart. Roads would probably be one of the best. Banners would be nice. Get that. It's too expensive though. We need something more. Something more interesting. Not more interesting, but something more useful. I mean, the longhouse is probably the best. Like, get ourselves some a stronghold, so I get like 100 wood. I mean, we'll see. Our clansmen like us, and Ryab is neutral. So, we've got some time. Let's talk to our brother, Rurik. Rurik greets you with a smile as always, but it's not reflected in his eyes. How's it going, brother? You seem a bit dour since the raid. Your brother holds your gaze for a moment, then lets out a long breath. I know you said I acted correctly, but it just doesn't feel that way. I remember that failure whenever my mind is idle. I can't help it. I keep reliving the helplessness I felt. I see the way the others look at me. They say nothing, but they think I'm weak, unmanly. They're right. A man who can't protect his family is no man at all. The others are wrong. I'm your brother and I know your strength. The strength of your wisdom and your kindness. Wisdom and kindness, not the qualities of a warrior. That's why you're Thegn instead of me. In a better world, you would be a great Thegn. Wisdom and kindness are qualities of a ruler should possess. But we have been given a world where strength of arm is all that people respect. It's clear that your brother sees the truth in your words, but it doesn't appear to make him feel any better. You've hit the nail on the head there, I think. I simply don't belong. I never have. A darkness seems to have settled over him. The sooner I face it, the sooner I'll find a way forward. Thank you for being straight with me. You're a good brother. Well, that didn't end. You know, fuck, I'm just gonna leave before I make this worse. I'm going to leave. Although, I'm going to see if there's any lootable stuff in my house. I mean, it's not as... They didn't really leave... No, they didn't leave me anything, the greedy cunts. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're also going to have to inspire. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next part. I'll see you guys then.